Well, good morning again. Welcome to day 14 of our January journey through the Proverbs. It's already nearly halfway through the process. You know, when I think about halftime, sometimes we think about it's a time to rest, a time to just kind of catch your breath. But really, when it comes to this halftime, it's time to just recalibrate, dig in stronger, and finish strong. I encourage you to finish strong in your January journey, not just through the Proverbs, but to gain God's wisdom in your life. Just continue to read your Proverbs, receive what God has to say to you, respond obediently, and then request God to give you wisdom. James, I want to remind you, he said this in James 1. He said, if anyone lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally, but let him ask in faith, without any doubting. For he who doubts is like the surf of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. Let not that man expect he'll receive anything from the Lord. So in faith today, we ask God for wisdom. Proverbs 14, just some thoughts that I had this morning. The first verse says, the wise woman builds her house, but the foolish pulls it down with her hands. Let me just generalize that for a moment. When you gain God's wisdom, your life will be constructive, not destructive. Without wisdom, you'll be destructive, even with things that you think are important to you. The things that you value, because of a lack of wisdom or because of foolishness. It says, the foolish pulls it down with her hands. You know, I'm sure many a family has been destroyed by foolish choices, foolish words, foolish decisions. But houses, lands, families can be saved and be built upon by the wisdom of God in our life. That's why we need to gain God's wisdom. Another thought or two, one of the verses that I've read many times, it says this, there is a way, verse 12, this is one of my favorite, there is a way that seems right to a man, but the end is destruction. You see, our ways, God's ways are above our ways. And there are times we look at things and we think, this is the right thing. This is what I think I need to do. The ways of man will be deceptive. There is a way that seems right to a man, but the end thereof is destruction. That's why we need God's wisdom. Finally, a couple of thoughts. There's two verses here that have to do with wisdom and taking care of the poor. Verse 21, it says this, he who despises his neighbor sins, but he who has mercy on the poor, happy is he. And then verse 31, he who reproaches the poor reproaches his maker. Interesting. But he who honors him has mercy on the needy. I just thought about that this morning. I thought, the smart thing to do, the wise thing to do for us is to find the needy, and not necessarily the slothful, but the needy. There are people who have needs. There are legitimately poor people in and around our life, not just physically but spiritually poor. But let's use the wisdom of God and have mercy on them. He who has mercy on the poor, happy is he. He who oppresses the poor reproaches his maker, but he who honors him has mercy on the needy. Find someone today who needs God, who needs you, who may need a helping hand, and just use your wisdom there and just reach out and touch somebody. God bless you today. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to serve Jesus. It's a great day to gain God's wisdom. Got wisdom? God bless.